The Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 11, Dooku Captured. That's what I'm reviewing. In this episode, Obi-Wan and Anakin team up to take down Dooku together, but he gets away, but then he's captured by space pirates. Obi-Wan and Anakin have to find a Gundark, like the Queen Gundark, so it's like just this huge thing. And I really enjoyed seeing them play off each other, Obi-Wan and Anakin, I mean. We haven't really gotten to see them interact too much so far in this series. Some of the movie, and there was some here and there, but like this is the first time we've really seen them play off each other, and shows like their camaraderie, but also their somewhat strained friendship, you might say. This episode was interesting because it kind of started, and it felt like it was like the middle part of a trilogy or something, because it like started in the middle of it, like Anakin's already captured and explains in the opening what's going on, and when it ends, it's like Dooku's still captured and Anakin and Obi-Wan are still with the space pirates. And I don't know if it's going to continue on from here, but it's just like a weird episode in general just because of that. It feels like it starts with an episode we already missed or something. It ends with an episode that's to come, which might be the next episode. So just oddly placed because it feels like there's more to the story, but we're like just in the middle of it. Also, they say something that made me think that it was meant to take place before episode 2 because Anakin is still a Padawan, I think, but Ahsoka's still in the show, and I thought she was Anakin's Padawan because Obi-Wan makes mention that he's not a Jedi Master, and I thought you had to be a Jedi Master to have a Padawan, but maybe it explained that in the movie when she showed up, but I don't remember now. I just thought that was weird. I really like the space pirate character. I hope he shows up again. He was just kind of funny. He was a funny character who was also very dangerous and evil, kind of, but has a lot of charisma, I guess. I also like that this episode like went back and forth between showing us the good guys and the bad guys, because it's like what's happening with Dooku and his story as it goes on. And Dooku's actually a pretty interesting character, in my opinion. He feels like an upper class type of person, and very unlike other Sith Lords we meet, you know, because most of the time, like Darth Vader is someone who like gives into his anger like constantly. Dooku seems much more reserved than like any other Sith we've encountered in any of the Star Wars, really. I mean, he still has moments when he does give into his anger and like kind of he's very cocky, which I think is kind of his biggest Sith Lord characteristic, I guess. But outside of that, he feels more like a Jedi, you know. And I think there's made mention in one of the movies that he used to be a Jedi Lord. Like I think many of the Sith used to be Jedi, even the Emperor, but perhaps not all. I'm not actually sure. I haven't read enough of the books yet, or I haven't seen enough of the extended universe as a whole. I've really only seen like the 9 main movies, and and I've read some of the books back in the day, but not nearly enough. So overall, I would say this was an interesting episode. It had some good stuff in it. And I guess I heard that this show was somewhat non-linear, so I don't know if it's like it's showing us this second part now, and then later on you will see both the first and third part. But outside of its placement and outside of it not, I'm assuming not having these parts anytime soon, I felt it was a really good episode. I liked it a lot, actually. And I don't even think it had that much action, but a lot of like noir motifs and also some comedy between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and also their camaraderie, which I appreciated to see, just so that we don't get to see too much in the movies between them outside of like some in the beginning of episode 2, and I haven't seen episode 3 in a little bit, but from what I remember, that's mostly Anakin becoming evil, and not so much. It doesn't really show us so much between the two of them outside of when they're like arguing, basically. So I appreciate that, and I hope there's more of that in the episodes to come. And also seeing the Count Dooku dynamic between him and the space pirates and what happens with him and everything. But just because of its odd placement, watching these episodes in order like this and everything, and if I saw this on TV, I'd still be very confused, especially if like the next episode doesn't follow on with this story. But I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Gets like 2 points off just because like the ending, I feel, was anticlimactic, but it was anticlimactic because it feels like there's more to tell. And like we know Dooku's not captured. He's still captured by the end. We know he's not captured by the next movie, so that's wrong. So it feels like there's more to come, and it's kind of leaving us hanging plot wise. So yeah, 8 out of 10.